Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtivada. In this video, we will learn a very important topic in Angular, that is nothing but observables. So what are observables and how observables are helpful in Angular and where they have been originated? So that we will talk in this video. So let me quickly jump into features of observables. So if you see this, these are the features which are provided by observables. Actually, observables are a stream of data. That means whenever you pass some data, that will be handled in a sequential manner and that will be emitted to all its subscribers. So that's how it will listen to the stream of data and it will pass the data to all its subscribers. And it is very useful whenever you are handling asynchronous data handling. So asynchronous data handling in the sense some HTTP calls, like set time out, set intervals, all this can be handled by using asynchronous data handling and that can be achieved by using observables. Previously, we have used promises for our asynchronous data handling like fetch APIs, Axios APIs. We have used all these libraries and we have created our promises for handling our asynchronous data. So that's how you handled before, but coming to observables, this has more advanced features compared to promises. And we can use these observables to transform the data before it is reaching its subscribers. So that means whenever you emit some set of data, that can be transformed before it reaches the subscribers. So in our promises, whenever it hits some data, you will be getting a plain data into the resolve callback function, and inside the resolve callback function we will be changing the data and we have to transform the data after reaching that resolve. But here, before resolving the data itself, we can transform the data by using some of the operators which are given by RxJS, and this observable is also originated from RxJS library. And coming to RxJS library is a standalone library which you can install or which you can use in any application. Like React also you can use in plain JavaScript, we can install in Angular, and Angular has a built-in RxJS itself, the library. Whenever you install or create a project, you will be getting that RxJS by default. So now let me go with the subscriptions. So here you can listen to these observables. Not only one subscriber can listen to this observable, n number of subscribers can listen to these observables. That is called as subscription, and you can listen to them. At the same time, you can detach that listening by using unsubscription methods which are provided by observables. And it also helpful and it is very powerful whenever you want to handle errors. So whenever you do some HTTP calls, whenever you get errors, you can go to some set of callbacks and you can handle all the error handlings in this observable pattern. And also there is something like a completion process of observable. That means once you unsubscribe or once your subscription is done, then it will go into our completed state. That means it will not listen and it will not emit anything, and once it reaches the completed state. So these are some of the features of the observables, and we will see how this observable works. This is a flow of observables. Observable will listen to the events, and that events, whenever triggers these observables, it will emit some set of data to that subscribers. We can have n number of subscribers and it will just pass all the data to the subscribers. So that is how the flow of observables will work. I can give an example like YouTube. If you consider YouTube is an observables, all my subscribers has subscribed to my channel. So whenever I post some set of videos or some set of community post, then immediately all my subscribers will be notified that I have uploaded some information or videos. But non-subscribed or unsubscribed people, they cannot get all these details whenever I upload a video or when I post something in my YouTube. So till what time these subscribers can listen? Until they unsubscribe that, or until they complete or I complete that observable. That means if my YouTube channel gets lost or if I am not uploading anything or inactive, then your subscriptions will be inactive. They will not listen anything until there is some details or some data added onto these observables. So that is the one of the example, like whatever we have this observables, which is a real-time example we spoke about the flow of observables and the features of observables, but how to use these observables and how to create these observables in Angular. So let me show you a native creation of observables in Angular, and then we will see the advanced features of observables in Angular and how to transform the data, how to subscribe them, how to unsubscribe them, how to do HTTP calls by using observables. All this we will see in the upcoming videos. For now, I will show you how to create this and how to handle the errors and how to complete this observable. So let me quickly jump into Visual Studio Code. Now I'm using this app component to create a observable. So now how to create this observable? I can create this observable by using a variable. Let me use sample observable, and I can create this observable by using a new keyword, and observable is a operator which is given by RxJS. And now this will have a callback function. This callback function will have one value that is nothing but your observer. So this is the person who can change our data and who can change the state of our observable. So let me use any, and this observer has three inbuilt features, that is error, next, as well as complete. So whenever we call next method, that means it will emit some data and it will be received by your subscriber. Whenever you are using a complete, so that means it is completed emitting and listening, and you cannot listen and you cannot emit that value. And whenever you use error, so it will throw an error for your listener, like there is something problem with the observable and you cannot receive any data. That's how we will be using this observable. First state is next state. Whenever we want to emit some data, we can use next state. So I can use observer dot next, and I can pass some set of data, that is 10. And now let me create a constructor, and inside the constructor what I can do is I want to listen to this observable. So this dot sample observable dot, I want to subscribe. Subscribe is a method which will receive the data whenever the observable emits the data for us. So let me go here, and whenever observable emits, we need to capture it. So I can use any variable. Let me use result, and which is of type any, and it is also an arrow function. After receiving the result, whatever the operations you want to do, you can do inside this function. Now inside this function, I will write just like console.log of result. So I want to showcase my result, whatever the observable passes to me. So let me go here and just reload this. You can see the value 10. Now let me go here and use observer dot next again, and you can pass some value like 20. Let me save this and go here, reload. So you can see 10 and 20 value. So this is how you can pass the data and capture the data by your observable and subscribers. Now let me use something like error. So observer dot, we have something called as error, and I want to throw some error over here. The error is whatever the error you want to pass, you can pass any of the error, and I can pass something like something went wrong. So this is my error, and if you want to capture that, this is our result, and there is something called as another function, that is another callback function which can receive an error. So this is the second block inside our subscribe. So I can receive this error, and just I'll use something like console.log of inside error block, and here I can use something like inside data block. And now the last one is complete. So let me print this error as well, and now go into the complete one. So let me use this as a callback function. Let me write console.log of completed and save this. Now go back. Let me clean this and let me reload. If you see inside data block 10, that means the data is passed, and here 20, the data is passed, and inside error block something went wrong. Something went wrong is the data which we are passing from our error of that observer. So here we are passing an error and it has completed its subscription. So let me try to use observer.next with 30 value. So whether it will go further or not, let's see that. Let me go here, clear this off and reload. You can see that it went into error block. After that, it stopped executing our observer and observable pattern. So that's how it will not send the data once we get an error from this observable. So that is one thing which we can see here. So let me remove this and let me comment this. Now I want to complete this. That means I want to stop our observable and I don't want to send any data further. Then I can use something called as complete. So complete is a method where you can pass some data if you want. So that will be received over here. So let me pass that and I can receive this complete message and I can show in. So we can use this complete method. Whenever we use this complete method, then this third block inside our subscription will be called. Let me go here and reload this. You can see it completed. That means it went into next and it went into next and it went into completed. And now once it is completed, let's try to emit some more new values like next of 30 and save this. Go here, just reload this. Once it is completed, you are not able to emit the values. So this emission can be continued till whatever the extent you want. So that's how you can use this particular process of completing and next, that is emitting some data and error handling. So I'll give an example over here with a set timer or some set of values, how this exactly works. So for example, I have something called as let count is equal to 0. This is my count value. So now what I want to do is I want to emit this observer.next with this count and I want to increment the count value. But how to increment it? I just want to go here and I'll use something called as set interval. So I want to increase this count value and emit this count value for every 1 second. So I can use 1000 milliseconds. So now it will go inside this and it will emit, and inside this I just want to increment the value of this count so that for every second the count value will be incremented and that will be shown in our result. So let me go here and just reload this. Now you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. For every second you are able to see the value and the subscription value is listening to that value. Now inside the same thing, what I want to do is I want to write a condition when my count value is greater than 10. Just I want to complete this. Let me cut this and paste here. If it is greater than 10, then I want to stop this, but if it is less than or equal to 10, till 10 I want to continue, and once it reaches the else condition I want to complete this. So I want to complete with observer.complete off. Save this. So now what will happen? Till 10 the subscription value will be here and it will be using the value and it showcasing in the UI or console. Let me go here. Let me reload this. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now it is done with the observable. That's why it went into completed state. But there is one problem over here. This set interval, we are not terminating it. So we have to take care of closing this interval. That can be done in two ways. One is inside before this complete itself, we have to stop that interval, or there is second option. Once it reaches this completed callback of a subscription, then also you can do that counter stop. But it's up to you. It's our logic, however we want to write, but just I want to show you both the cases. Now what I'll do is I will use a timer with null value, and once it reaches inside this, I will just assign this dot timer is equal to set interval. And once we cannot assign to the null, so what I'll do is just I'll make it as any. Now the timer is any. So now this timer will have the interval, and that interval, once it is completed, I want to stop that interval. How we can do that? By using clear interval. So already we discussed in our JavaScript videos. So watch that if you want to understand about clear interval, set timeout. And now I'm passing this timer over here. Save this. Now let me go here and see whether it is going inside the timer or not. Let me write a console.log of timer running and save this. Go here, reload. So now timer running with 0, timer running with 1, 2, 3, and it goes on till 10, and the timer is running in the background. So let's see after 10 whether you are able to see the timer is running or not. Timer is not running. If you see, it completed the values and emission, hence it stopped its timer as well. Now what I'll do is just I'll comment this. So what will happen? Let's see that. It's going with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the timer will go on running. You have completed it, but the timer in the background is running. So we want to stop the timer. Then also we can use this clear interval. So that is how your completed state of a subscription can be helpful to you. So whenever you want to unsubscribe, whenever you want to remove all the asynchronous intervals, then also you can use this completed block. And we saw about having one subscription. Let me remove all this for now, and here I am just listening the result. So whenever I am listening the result, if you write 2 subscriptions, I shown in the diagram, we can subscribe n number of subscriptions for one observable. That means for my channel, n number of subscribers can subscribe. So that's how I'm using it. And whenever I posted content, it will be reaching all my subscribers. So let me use this as subscriber 2 with a result. And this is something like subscriber 1. So save this. Go here and just reload. Now you can see subscriber 0, subscriber 2, subscriber 1, subscriber 2. Everyone is getting that data. So he is getting each and every value whatever the observable is passing to us. So that's how you can use n number of subscriptions as well. So this is one way to use your observables. There is one more way, that is nothing but just remove this new and use .create. So this is deprecated, but still you can use it. And this create method is also a new fashion of creating your observables by using a create method, and that is extended from your observable class. So here also you can use the same way. Let me go here and just clear this off, reload. You can see you are getting the same output, but it is deprecated, so better not to use this create value. Now in the upcoming video, we will see how to create observables by using from operator and off operator, and what is the difference between from and off operator. And also we will see how these observables will be helpful in HTTP calls and how that HTTP call works in Angular. So we'll see how to transform these values as well. So please stay tuned to the upcoming videos. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.